Base is now clear from traffic buildup as well as the law enforcement presence that was here earlier. Now this morning we did hear sirens indicating for people who were on the base to take shelter, as well as seeing cars backed up down the road to ensure that there was no one entering or exiting the facility. Now just before 10 this morning, Shepherd Air Force Base security responded to an active shooter report near the southeast side of the base. The DPS troopers made the stop yesterday on 287 near Kiwanis. During the stop, they found 6 plastic bags full of fentanyl pills. The driver, 37-year-old Joaquin Salazar, was accused and arrested of importing the drugs from Phoenix, Arizona into the DFW Metroplex. Within the last 5 years, the drug overdoses in Texas have increased 75%.
There's been laws that have been implemented to really crack down on all the fentanyl that we've been seeing everywhere. So it's of concern 100%.
We were told 40-year-old Cherie Hodges was booked on 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer. The call came in last night for a check welfare near Elliott Road. When law enforcement got there, they were speaking with a resident. That's when 6 to 8 rounds were fired from the inside of the home. The suspect has been identified as 28-year-old Corey Robert Drake, and the victims have been identified as Fred and Peggy Mayer. Now, this incident did lead to a lot of questions from the Holiday community after Holiday ISD was put into precautionary lockdown. Police responded to a house in Holiday around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon after receiving a call that 2 people had been shot inside of the home. When police and DPS got there, Archer County Sheriff Jack Curd says that they took gunfire from the suspect, which they then returned fire. At that point, we were told that the suspect had barricaded himself into a barn on the property and had even shot down 2 drones.
We weren't able to negotiate with him, so we did deploy gas, and eventually the suspect was taken down with a single shot.
Amongst the number of laws that Senator Cruz wants to see across the state of Texas, he's also wanting to implement support for military families when it comes to student education.
Just today, I introduced legislation focused on military families, and military families in particular, to create an education savings account for military parents, $6,000 each year for military parents in an education savings account for them to provide educational options for their kids. That would apply at Shepherd Air Force Base. Wichita Falls is an incredible community, and I'll tell you, in Wichita Falls, people want jobs. People want opportunity.
500,000 predators are online each day waiting to exploit children. In this particular case in Montague County, a 20-year-old from West Virginia was declaring that he was married to a minor in Bowie. This is something that officials say was one of the most interesting cases they've seen with child predators.
This wasn't an unusual case, with it being the juvenile meeting an individual via virtual reality. So that is something that to my knowledge here at the Sheriff's Office we have not dealt with as of yet. This will be a first for us.
This month is Women's Health Month, and we're learning about how our mental health and physical health go side by side. And recently, one business owner was recently diagnosed with lupus, but she says the sky's the limit. This new bill does not only ban the usage of phones in the classroom, but also earbuds and smartwatches as well. This vehicle is staying pretty cool thanks to the AC being on maximum. But the moment that I uncrank this vehicle on an 80-degree day, in just 20 minutes, this car can reach 109. With winds reaching between 60 to 70 miles per hour, along with apple-sized hail, it resulted in bricks this size coming off of a building in downtown. The colony collapse disorder was something that we saw back in 2006, 2007, and because it's happening again, it could increase the prices of goods in the grocery store. To avoid having this big red 30-foot engine at your house, experts say it's important to be smart during a burn ban.
It's hard to be in front of another family that not just I lost my son, they lost their son, but they get a chance to see their son. They do. They get to go visit him. I visit mine at the gravesite.
What's normal for most people, I've never got to see. Now I'm cancer-free. And coming back to normal is weird, because I'm used to every 21 days going and getting another shot that knocks you on your tail for a while. And let us go up into the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
72-year-old Carolyn Collins says it's always been her faith that kept her grounded, but it wasn't until she received a cancer diagnosis in 2003 is when she leaned into her faith more than ever before.
The first thing I said was, I'm not accepting it. I mean, literally, God told me that I had 70 plus years on this earth. and I want every one of them.
She was diagnosed with inflammatory breast cancer, a rare but aggressive form of breast cancer, retracing the moments that she needed radiation and injections of Herceptin and doxorubicin every 21 days for 21 years.
I kept getting sicker and sicker every time they gave me the maintenance chemo.
Despite the diagnosis, she kept a positive mind, even encouraging others along their journey.
I've never felt like God was not there. It's been a challenge, but counseling other people has helped me a lot. I mean, because I can walk into a room and talk to those people and kind of feel, okay, I know this is why I'm still here.
Carolyn says it wasn't until the summer of 2024 she felt another calming confirmation.
Let's go up into the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. I don't know, I was praying one night and God just kind of said, quit. It's up to you. He did the scans and she said, you don't have cancer.
Now nearly a year cancer-free, Carolyn says life feels different and is going to take some time to get used to.
I haven't gone to any concerts or anything like that, which I kind of plan to do.
She says when it comes to thinking there's no hope, always remember,
faith the size of a mustard seed. That's very small. Go look at a mustard seed.
We're protesters and America-loving citizens. Because we didn't plan on going, it was a moving of the Spirit. I felt the Holy Spirit well up in me to the point of tears, suddenly, unprovoked. And I turned to Mark and I said, honey, I think we're going to have to go to Washington, D.C. We even wrote a will to our children. We had a sense that it was going to be dangerous.
And, you would just have to have been there, really, to experience everything we experienced and understand what that day was.
On January 6, 2021, Americans were divided with feelings of liberation, horror, and utter shock as supporters of President Trump swarmed the Capitol steps of the White House.
Once we got to the Capitol, we were hugged in prayer.
There was concerns that there could have been a stolen election and enough evidence to say that it needed looked at.
There's at least enough evidence that it needs a second look.
And so people were definitely there in frustration, but it was ultimate love that had pulled us together that day. Mark and I did not expect any blowback from the confrontation we had from police. I thought I was showing them mercy.
Yeah. According to the United States Attorney's Office, the Middleton couple were found guilty of felonies, including 2 counts of assaulting, resisting, and impeding an officer, civil disorder, and obstruction of official proceedings, as well as 5 additional misdemeanors, including acts of physical violence in the Capitol grounds or building.
Nothing could be absolutely further from the truth. Yes, we made some Facebook posts and some Facebook videos that were kind of contrary, that sounded like we were riled up. Once we were leaving, we did see people climbing on the Capitol and up on the steps around the outside of the Capitol. We had no clue any of that was going to happen.
They had a bike rack separating them from 2 million people. They just overreacted. Something made them panic.
On that day, hundreds of on-duty Capitol officers were injured, 700 people were arrested, and more than $30 million in cleanup was assessed. On April 21, 2021, the Middletons were arrested for their part in the January 6 Capitol incident.
And I thought I was showing them mercy until they brought 22 federal agents, a tank,
2 joint terrorism SWAT teams out here,
and shot flashbang grenades at us and pointed guns at us and flew a drone into my house. Until that moment, I truly thought it was an unfortunate moment. I'm going to show them mercy as a Christian, and we're going to move forward.
For their sentencing, the couple spent 3 years on personal recognizance response and 10 months on house arrest.
We were free and clear to travel anywhere in the continental United States we wanted without permission. We just had to give notice.
Had no clue the depth of the torment the government would set down on us over that day.
In February 2024, the couple was convicted on all charges and reported to serve their sentencing in December.
And so the judge ended up giving me 30 months and her 20 months.
But throughout President Trump's campaign, he reiterated promises to voters he would pardon the rioters, issuing pardons to approximately 1,500 individuals convicted in the connections to this event.
We received the full pardon of innocence from the president. That's the highest level of pardon you can get, so we were very excited about that.
We spent 34 days in prison.
Yeah. They had to have us out by midnight, or that was false imprisonment.
Mark and Jalise say now they are looking for more legal protection with their pardon, filing an appeal to have their entire case dismissed.
If the judge approves that, they're saying this should have never happened in the first place, and it would be removed altogether as if it never happened. And we're still seeking justice.
I asked the Middletons if they had any line of guilt for participating in the January 6th incident, and here's what they said.
I have no remorse. There's some language I used that the government kind of made hay of it because I used to be a pastor.
And for me, I would just say I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
I agree.
If I had it to do over again, I'm going to be the first in line.
Black hair is known for its coils, its curls, and of course its texture. Now this year is the 6th year anniversary of the Crown Act, an act that enables Black people to embrace their curls in their hair, even in a professional setting. I had the chance to speak with hairstylists across Texoma, and they say it's important to acknowledge this type of beauty.
Black hair is art. It is art because it can do everything. It can lay down, it can go up.
From wash and goes to locks and froze, black hair has always been recognized for its texture, thickness, and versatility. But owner of Jazz Bar Beauty, Jasmine Carson, agrees society hasn't always seen it as acceptable to embrace.
They may be uncomfortable because they don't know what to do with it. Somebody else made them feel insecure about it, whether that be a boss or a coworker or a family member, who knows.
But she believes it's her calling to make a safe space for Black women to love their hair.
Hair has an emotional connection. It's, energy and stuff. So if they come to someone who helps them embrace their hair and understand their hair, then help them build the confidence in their hair and in themselves wearing their hair, then I feel like that goes a long way, and it's needed, it's necessary.
Owner and barber at Fade and Shave Palace, Jay Haygood, recalls a time when his son's style was deemed unprofessional.
About 12 years of his life, he had a mohawk. It was super long and big. So it was like something, like even in the schools, they wanted to try to, you can only have a straight haircut.
Since 2019, June 3rd has been coined as National Crown Day, a day commemorating the act of the first signing in California.
You can see the difference. You can literally clearly see the difference of the hair that needs to go and why it needs to go.
As of today, 27 governors has passed the act as well, including Governor Greg Abbott. Stylists say it's amazing to help clients feel empowered.
Our natural hair, it defies gravity naturally. So it may look odd to someone else sometimes, but it's like that doesn't mean it's unprofessional. It's just different.
I feel like it's good for the community. I hate to see you have to dress or have a certain type of hairstyle to be in a certain type of building based off of, demographic.
Stylists across Texoma also say, and while you are wearing your natural hair, it's also important to figure out what you like and try different styles. This month is Women's Health Month, and we're learning about how our mental health and physical health go side by side. And recently, one business owner was recently diagnosed with lupus, but she says the sky's the limit.
You show up and I have red lipstick or lashes on, you know your workout's going to be hard. When willpower runs out, that's when drive has to kick in, and you just have to be driven. And so sometimes you just have to do it tired, you have to do it scared.
Taking part in aerial fitness at Weightless may take heart to try.
Weightless is a low to no impact focused, core focused fitness facility. I always say that if you come into Weightless, either you are a hype girl or you need a hype girl.
But it doesn't compare to the heart owner Tiffany Brillhart has when it comes to facing adversity.
Then you're gonna go step, step, knee. They say autoimmunes run in packs, and I had been diagnosed with autoimmune diseases previously, after cancer and before, and then just last week I was diagnosed with lupus.
Lupus is an incurable autoimmune disease where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks healthy tissues and organs, resulting in hair loss, fever, and even heart and kidney problems.
Joint pain and fatigue have been the two things that have pulled back the reins a little bit for me.
But regardless of how she feels internally, Brillhart says she wants to use Lupus Awareness Month to show others that pain cannot halt her passion.
I still coach 14 classes a week. And I didn't let cancer limit me. I'm not going to let lupus limit me. We do a lot of things off the ground, be it aerial yoga or bungee fitness. And I coach bungee fitness and trampoline, so that's kind of my realm and my jam.
As Brayel Hart plans to better serve the community by expanding her business, she says when you are faced with adversity, always remember you can break through the barriers.
So if you feel stuck, just go forward. One baby step forward to help your health or your mindset does wonder.
In a sport where horsepower and grit run the track, more women are breaking barriers. I had the chance to speak with one young drag racer where she says the next generation isn't just about being fast, it's also about being female.
I have been around racing my whole life. My parents, they grew up racing, and I watched them race since I was really little.
First watching her parents race, now behind the wheel herself. By age 13, Lainey Abney says her passion for drag racing was fueled by family tradition.
My dad put me on a dirt bike, and then I won my first ever race on it, and then since then I was just hooked. Probably one of my biggest achievements is I was on the Hoonigan This Versus That show.
In the last 7 years of competing, Lainey has raced a dragster, a Corvette, and a Mustang.
It's really a statement, and you don't see many S197s. We worked on this for over like 2 years. We just got it running a year ago, and we took our sweet time on it to try to make sure everything was perfect.
While this beauty doesn't have a name at the moment,
one's gonna come, but we can't agree on one yet.
It surely knows its way down the track.
Fast. I think she's beautiful. Every time I step in it, I get excited.
Aside from being driven by excitement, she also recalls steering through the grit of critics.
When people aren't confident in me, it makes me more confident in myself. Quite a few people underestimate me or think that I can't race them or that I'm not as competitive as them because I'm a girl or so that I'm so young. And I think the way that I overcame that is to just prove to them that I'm just as fast as you guys are and I'm just as competitive as you guys are.
With her confidence revved for each race, she says finding a balance and stillness is also important.
So I really just try to calm myself down and I really just give myself a confidence booster like, girl, you got this, you are gonna win, like you can do this, everybody's watching.
While Lainey's next goal may seem pretty big for someone first starting.
I got invited to this invite-only $25,000 to win race in September. It's Big Jake's race. I'm gonna try to go win that.
She says you never know where the small beginnings can take you.
Just do it. Like I said, I started on a dirt bike. You can literally start in whatever you want. You got your mom's Honda Civic, you got a scooter, like a random motorcycle. You just get out here and like it will just be the time of your life.